We're going to go to Midcore now. So I'm going to move the tape. I have tape on the Midcore power spots on each hand. So right now, when I add knee flex, my weight is just behind the balls of the feet and forward of the center of the arches. Again, if you're testing your balance here, stand tall, head up, and if you're standing on a balance plate, you'll see it. You'll notice the straight line as well that you get on that plate, connecting the center of pressure, center of force. Okay, so for the Midcore, stance width is not narrow. We were very narrow. I was at 14 inches, for example. But that Midcore has a center forward ball position. If you look at me, it's probably just outside my shoulders, what it feels like, is my stance width. For Midcore, my setup is simultaneous. So I had spine angle and knee flex at the same time. So if I go into my setup, let me do it down the line for you. Spine angle and knee flex simultaneously. And there's my setup, okay? And you'll notice when I stand tall, my hips are squared. If, on the other hand, I go back to where I was and I try and set with upper core, hips look square to you, path is outside in, and my hips are wide open. So my downswing path test will tell you if you're in the right core zone or not if you're setting everything perfectly. I hesitated there because one thing I didn't show you when we talked about stance width is, let me just digress for a moment. With the upper core, you want a narrow stance, but I didn't explain why. The wider I get for upper core, the less likely I'm going to be able to set with this hip. My trail hip is not going to work well. I'm not going to get good separation in my backswing. I'm not going to have the depth of the hip turn or the shoulder turn. So and you're going to find just the opposite true when we get to lower core, how important it is to have a wide stance. And in the Midcore, we're pretty good, just shoulder width and everything together. And here we go, okay? So not only in the Midcore does everything go together in the posture, everything goes together, but when I add knee flex, so everything together, you see my posture. What you're going to notice, my spine angle is a little greater than my thigh angle. In the upper core, it was a lot greater. So if everything goes together here, everything goes together back. And when I stand tall, you'll notice how square my hips remain. Now, when you're testing this with your students, let me show you one more time. This heavy weight, again, it has to be center of the chest. A weighted bar does not work. It has to be right in the center of the chest. It will naturally set the posture. Everything back together. And when I come back to square, we're all good, okay? Let me show you face on. Watch my lead knee when everything goes back together. Everything down together, everything back together. Now you should be seeing my lead knee going right at the ball. I can't see from here, but that lead knee in your Midcore interior zone player is going right at the ball. One more time. Everything together, and the lead knee going right out at the ball. When I stand tall, my hips are square. Now, remember with your students, any new learning environment, it doesn't even have to be new. Your students are going to have anxiety. Anxiety creates an acceleration of heart rate, blood pressure, muscles tighten, a lot of things. It's like being on the first tee and worried about not hitting it right the way you did on the range or who you're playing with. All of those things will create anxiety. And you want your student to be as relaxed as possible. So when they stand up, their tension, you've got to really get them working on breathing and relaxing to test this. So let's do this again. Let's center forward ball position. Everything together. Everything together. Lead knee goes right at the ball. Stand tall. And my test, if you don't have the bar, use the fist test. Let your arms swing. Don't want to move the shoulders. Just let your arms swing. So that is your midcore. But as I said earlier, and you'll see as we get deeper into this, if your student is anxious, if there's an acceleration internally in the nervous system, you're going to get an acceleration in tempo. It's going to show up. A very anxious student is going to swing very quick, or they're going to pick the club up. All these factors they can be working on at home. Let's take the pressure off the midcore and put it on the upper core. Again, we're emulating the bad position on the underside of the grip. So I have one mid, one upper. And I don't have to go very far here in this test. So if I go down everything together, the pressure's on the wrong positions, my hips are open. And I've done everything correctly here. I've gone into setup, simultaneous setup. My arm swing path is going out. Even though my hips look square, it's giving me the moment of truth here, which is an open hip line. And I can test it here if you don't have the bar. You have to be very relaxed to let the arms drop. We covered this in a couple of earlier Zoom sessions and how to do the testing.